And I want to say good evening to everyone, and thank you for joining us. We've got our top web center owners, and we're going to talk about business building this evening. So thank you for joining us in this last session.
好，非常感谢大家今天来参加我们这一次当责竞赛的最后一堂的课程。那今天晚上呢，我们要来谈最后一个主题，就是讲事业建立的部分。那当然就是跟网络中心有关，怎么样以网络中心来建立我们的事业。OK，Jason。
And I know we've got a lot of unfranchised owners at different levels. Maybe some have had some success in building their teams and organizations. Maybe some have been done a great job of expanding more web center owners in their organizations. But sometimes we find that people are great at selling websites and web center products, and they're great at adding new team members, but they're not always great at adding new web center owners. And that's what I want to talk to tonight.
好，那其实我们都知道，在每一个团队里面呢，每一个超连锁店主的程度都不太一样。那我们这边所谓的程度，就是说，可能每个人在你的团队里面，他所在行，他所自己很厉害的事情都不一样。比方说，有人非常的会卖网站，很会销售网络中心的产品，然后有些人呢就可能对于招募是非常厉害的。那有一些人呢，可能比方说他本身就已经在经营团队上面是非常有成功的经验的。但不管怎么样，其实这些人都可能有一个比较大的问题，就是他不知道怎么样去招募以网络中心为主修的人进来。OK。
And tonight, I'd really like to focus on a couple of basics and fundamentals, but the most important thing I can do is allow you to ask questions so that I can address each of your questions and your needs and really identify what is happening with you and your business and how I can help you rather than just presenting information. I think you have all seen information, you've all been attended trainings. So the most important thing we can do is identify how we can help you. So we'll have a little question and answer after this.
好，那其实今天主要的内容不在于说 Jason 他要再重复的再把这个所谓的事业建立的内容重新再讲一次，他比较希望针对各位的问题来做一个解答，因为其实我们这是一个特别训练，所以他希望大家可以踊跃的发问，针对你目前现在在团队发展上面，或者是你在招募所谓的网络中心为主修的这样子的一个对象上面，你有遇到什么样的问题，或者你有遇到什么样的困难，都请大家尽可能的提出来。那他希望能够针对大家的问题去做回答，然后做这样子一个经验分享。OK。
So when we talk about expanding your team, and we used to say recruiting, everything through the Web Center division is exactly the same as the basic five, and it all starts with a list. And just like we do with the 5 C's, the first thing you need to do is start with a list of candidates. And that's going to come from just every potential person that you know, every contact that you know, every business that you know, just as a way to kind of, we call it the memory jogger, something so that you can think of everything in your past and get it out on paper, just to make sure that you understand the amount of connections and the network that you already have.
好，那今天其实他想要从几个基本的角度来跟大家分享，就是说在发展团队上面，其实你在拓展你的团队的人数或是你的组织的时候，其实都跟我们在发展我们的事业是一样的，就是我们有上过 B5 的伙伴应该都知道。成功无要诀，第一步你就是要从名单开始，你一定要先有名单，你有这个名单，你才能够从名单里面去找出可能的人选。所以他刚刚最后说，这就很像说去激发你自己脑内的一个记忆力，你到底认识谁？那你知道谁可能有这样的需求，你要尽可能的去激励你自己去想到这些名单，从名单开始去发展你自己的团队。OK。
And when we go through the 5 C's, the second C is to do some research. We say current research. When we're talking about building your unfranchised business, that current research is going to just be everything that you know about these contacts and their background. And part of that might be starting conversations. So I think one of the biggest things that many unfranchised owners, and certainly new unfranchised owners, sometimes fail at is that they try and go right through their list and try and recruit everyone on the list. The purpose of the list is to build relationships with people that are on that list to determine who would be right for you to talk to about the business.
好，那大家都有上过5C 的课嘛？我们刚刚讲5C 的第一个 C 就是你要先有名单，要有 candidate， 你要有这个名单。好，那他现在 Jason 现在讲说，那5C 的第二个步骤是什么？就是要做名单研究，对不对？那名单研究其实就是从你现在手上的名单，我们去看哪一些名单是你可能有机会可以去开发的。那他刚刚讲那个很重要的点，很多人在名单研究上面犯了一个很大的错误，就是他想要招募这个名单上面所有的人，可是要跟大家讲，这是不可能的事情。所以名单的存在的目的是让我们去找出谁是适合被招募的人，也就是他可能适合进到你的这个团队里面去。所以在研究名单这个过程呢，其实它是要帮助我们尽可能去了解这个名单人选的背景故事跟他的资料，然后借由这些资料来帮助我们判断他是不是一个正确的人选，我们是不是可以跟他来谈这件事情。好，所以他刚刚有提到，就是第二个研究名单的目的在这里。OK。
And for many people, they're not sure what types of questions to ask or in conversation that will lead you to start talking about the business. And for years, JR has always talked about the idea of, we say form in English, and it stands for FORM, family, occupation, recreation, and money. And it's to have conversations about people's family. How is the family doing? How are the children? How is your spouse? What have you been doing? Have you been on any vacations? How are you dealing with the pandemic? Conversations about family and life. Then having conversations about their occupation, their work. What do they do for work? How is it going? And that will lead the conversation to determining if there is something they're looking for, some additional income, or if they're looking for a business opportunity.
好，那其实在名单研究这个地方，下一个步骤我们就是要讲联络。那联络这件事情，其实很多人遇到的障碍就是我不知道跟对方讲什么，可能大家都有遇到同样的问题，就是我不知道跟他聊什么，我不知道什么话题可以跟他聊。那过去一直以来，其实 JR 都教大家一个方法，就是 FORM。如果你们应该都比我更清楚 FORM 是怎么来的。F 就是当然就是 family， 你的家庭，你的家庭的状况，你的夫妻之间的状况，你的小孩的状况。那 O occupation 就是你的职业，你现在在做什么，然后你是从事什么样的工作，那目前在疫情的情况之下，你的工作有没有受到什么样的影响。然后FORM, so that will be stand for
Yeah, so then R is recreation. What do you like to do? Do you like to go golfing? Do you like to quilt or knit? Do you like to go scuba diving?
Yeah， 那 R 的话，对不起，我刚刚忘记 ，R 就是你平常喜欢做什么样的休闲娱乐，比方说你喜欢去打球，还是你最近看了很多羽毛球竞赛，你忽然很想打羽毛球等等的，你的平常的休闲娱乐活动是什么？那 M 当然就是 money 就是他有没有期待，也许在他现在或是以后的将来，他有对他自己的财务有什么样的规划？所以这一些呢，其实都是我们可以从这4个角度去找出不同的话题，可能可以尝试的跟我们的潜在对象去聊天，那可能去了解他的需求或他现在面临的困境，然后我们才能决定说，哎，这个人有没有可能是对的一个人选 ？OK。
So in the process of building a relationship, or having conversations with people that you already know, things will come up where you will know that they're looking for either more time or more money, or they're just not happy with where their life is at. And the only way to change that is if they were to be able to bring in additional income. Bringing in additional income could help them afford a new set of golf clubs. It could afford them the scuba gear that they need. It could afford them some savings for, maybe they want to take some lessons and they don't have the money to take lessons, or maybe they're not happy with work and they need a different career, or maybe something's happening with their family where they work and they make a lot of money, but they don't have enough time with their family, or maybe they get a sick loved one those are cues for you to listen to because they may be the right person to evaluate the business opportunity.
好，那透过聊天啊，逐渐建立关系的过程当中，其实我们就是要能够去从聊天当中去知道他现在所面临的问题是什么。好，比方说，可能你从他聊天的过程当中听到说，哎，他最近很想去学潜水，或是他过去一直以来，他对于潜水这件事情非常有兴趣，可是他可能买不起那些潜水的设备，或是他一直在存钱，可能要买那些设备，哎。那他是不是可能就有这个增加收入的需求？因为他可能需要存钱，对，你需要 keyword 存钱，然后他可能需要一笔资金去做这件事情，或者是你从 FORM 的聊天的关键过程当中去了解到说，哎，其实他最近对他自己本身的这个职业可能有一些障碍，比方说他可能想要再去进修。但进修要花钱嘛，对不对？你可能不管是在台湾念研究所，或是他未来想计划出国去念研究所，他可能都要存一笔钱。好，那也许这样子，他可能就会需要有这个金钱的需求或存钱的需求，或甚至于呢，像有一些家庭可能状况不是那么好，或是甚至于，他最近可能想要离开他的这个配偶或对方，他需要有经济来源，他需要有经济支柱。好，比较差的情况可能是这样。好，不管怎么样，我们都透过这一些话题，间接的去了解，他应该有这方面的需求，或是他有这方面的规划，他可能有这方面的想法。那借由这一些资讯，帮助我们去判断，我们是不是值得再跟这个人继续交谈下去，甚至于把我们的事业介绍给他。OK。
So those are all what we call your warm contacts, the relationships you're close with. There's also a lot of people that maybe you're not so friendly with, but you're still in contact with them. And those might be your professional contacts. They might be some of your coworkers, colleagues, some of your clients, some of your candidates, some of your people that you're working with web centers already. Those professional contacts or business owners would be a whole nother set of potential possibilities.
好，那这一些人呢，其实对我们来讲，也许他一开始就跟我们不是那么亲近的一些关系。比方说，刚刚 Jason 举的例子说，比方说我们在销售网络中心的过程当中，你可能会认识谁？你可能会认识老板，或者你可能会认识老板的员工，你可能会认识老板的谁谁谁，就是这一些人都是你在这个销售的过程当中去认识的一些对象。那么从这一些对象里面呢，可能你也许就可以跟他们去聊这一些话题，那间接的从这个聊天的话题当中，慢慢的去找出他到底对这方面的事情有没有需求，或者他对这方面的事情有没有什么想法。所以这一些都是在慢慢我们在跟这一些所谓比较我们讲比较专业的人士的建立的过程，关系建立过程当中，一个非常重要的一个。我们讲暖身就是 warm up 一个暖身的一个过程。好，那当然这种情况有可能发生在不是说只有你自己目前销售过程当中遇到这些所谓的老板或他的员工，也有可能是你身边你目前跟正在一起合作的朋友，或是你现在还在上班。好，那你可能现在公司里面的同事等等的，就是从你自己目前在经营的这些人脉跟人际关系当中延伸出去的这一些人，你可以从这样子的一个试探跟询问聊天过程当中去找出有可能成为你伙伴的一个对象。OK。
So there are some questions and some conversations that you can have with these individuals that can lead you down towards the unfranchised business. And some of the questions might be, how long have you been doing this? How long have you owned your business? Or how long have you been working in this company? What do you like about it? Right? What do you like about it? So not about the actual business, but themselves personally. What do they enjoy about their livelihood? What would they change if they could? What are they looking for? What are they passionate about? Are some good questions to start.
好，那要问哪些问题呢？其实问问题的范围还蛮多的，像刚刚 Jason 就举了几个例子哈，比方说你可以问他说，如果说他可能我们举个例好，比方说可能是你现在卖了一个网站的老板，那老板本身他就有他自己的事业，所以当然可能在聊天的过程中，你可以问他说，老板，那 你这个在疫情的过程当中，就你觉得对你的生意有什么产生什么大的影响吗？还是说因为这样的疫情，你自己有去想过说未来可能有什么样的改变吗？会有什么样的计划吗？或是就你目前在经营的这个事业过程当中，有没有什么事情是你很喜欢的，或是你觉得你会想要一直持续下去的？就是丢出很多的问题给对方，然后从问题当中去了解他们现在对他们自己所做的事情到底有没有很满意，他有没有很满意他现在的生活，或者他有没有很满足他现在自己所做的事情。好，那从这个过程当中去了解他自己的真正的一个心态，而不是说他目前整个事业所呈现出来的状况，是了解他这个人真正内心的一个状态。OK。
And then you can ask what their future is, what the vision is for their future. Is it to only just make money so that they can live their lives? Is it to grow the business and expand it? Is it to hopefully sell it to someone else or pass it on and maybe leave it to their family? Or is it to retire and be done with the business? We have to have an idea of where they personally want to be involved in their company or their business, because this could be something that we could put into their lives that may help them achieve that goal faster. But they don't know that it exists, so it's up to us to find out what they're looking for.
好，那其实在这个过程当中，我们也可以问问看他对未来的一个期待或想象。其实每个人可能对自己未来的人生都会有一些想法。那也许老板你可以问他说，诶，那你对于你现在的生意未来的期待是什么？是希望可以再扩展到更多的发展吗？就是你的生意可以发展的更好吗？做得更大吗？你目前只有做台湾，你以后是不是想要做整个东南亚地区啊？还是有想要做世界的生意啊？等等的。那其他的部分你可以问他说，那还是说你自己对于这门生意，你未来有想要把这个生意传给你的家人？如果你知道他有小孩，那小孩可能也已经很大，20几岁，也有可能要接班的时候，诶，你有想过这个小孩接班的问题吗？那你也可以问他说，诶，还是你有想过你以后的退休计划吗？这一些都是可能我们激起他对于未来生活的一个想象。那么他要达成未来生活的想，比方说他想要退休，他想要提早交棒，他想要把他的事业去做一个更大的发展或扩大，他可能都会需要一些资金，他也可能会需要一些资源，但是这些资金跟资源可能是你没有跟他聊，他不会去想到的事情。所以呢，当你跟他聊到这些事情之后呢，他可能就会去想说，诶，其实他是需要钱的，他可能也需要资源去达成这些事情。那哪来的钱呢？哪来的资源呢？那么接下来就是我们有机会可以告诉他，你怎么样可以去获得额外的资源跟额外的资金，去达成你未来想要达成的这个目标。OK。
So we talked about your list of candidates. Then we talked about doing some research, and that's through conversation to understand who these individuals are. And then we go into contacting them. And how we transition is one simple phrase. If I could show you a way to earn additional income without giving up your job or without giving up your business, would you be open to evaluating some information?
好，那我们刚刚前面讲了，第一个我们有名单，好，那再来呢，我们从研究的过程当中去了解我们每个名单的背景跟它的一个状况。接着呢，我们了解完之后呢，我们从我们了解资讯里面呢，去开发出对话，从对话当中呢，去激发他对于这件事情的想法，或是他对这件事情的思考。那你怎么样把它转换成一个邀约呢？这刚刚 Jason 就讲了一个很自然的点，就是如果我有个方法可以帮助你达成这件事情，但你又不用放弃你现在的工作，你也不需要放弃你现在在做的事情，你想不想评估看看？你想不想试试看或了解一下？我可以帮助到你的这件事情。好 ，OK。
And it may or may not be for them. So you may also want to think about who these people may know. They might know someone looking for something, and you can always ask someone who's well connected. If you're not in a position looking to earn additional income, who do you know that may be looking to evaluate a business alongside what they're doing in order to create some additional income or to create more time? So that would be the referral approach.
好，那其实也许我们现在想要提供给这个人的这些机会呢，也不一定真的适合他。那如果不适合他的情况之下呢，我们要怎么做呢？我们可以告诉他说，哎，其实如果你觉得你现在不需要，或者是你觉得你现在过得就很好哦，都也不用任何的帮忙，那也没关系。也许你有认识有其他人，他可能有这样的需求。那如果你知道有人他有这样的想法或有这样的需求，他需要去增加他额外的收入，或是他有想要去规划他未来想要做的一些事情的话呢，那欢迎你把他介绍给我。那么接下来你就把这整个对话呢，就把它转型成我们讲的转介，就是你透过这一个人的人脉，请他帮你转介其他可能有需要的人。OK。
So now it's time to show the plan or share the business information. So whether you're using the video or you're using an online presentation, a UBP, now it's time to present the information to them to show them how they can create this income that you just spoke about.
好，那到了这个关键点呢，其实就是我们展示计划非常好的时机点，也就是你可以透过不管是影片啦，或是你自己做计划展示，或是你邀请他去听 UBP 都可以，但是主要就是透过我们的计划展示，让他去了解你刚刚所谓的额外收入是怎么来的，他会怎么样去这件事情是怎么成立的。那透过这样的方式让他去了解，哦，你刚刚讲的这一段话是什么样的意思。Okay.
And through that presentation is when you can highlight web centers as a division and what it has done for you. So that's where you get to share your story alongside web centers and talk a little bit about what web centers provides as an opportunity to create even additional income besides the commissions through the unfranchised business.
好，那么在这个时间点呢，在这个时候呢，除了我们透过这样的机会呢，把握这个机会去做计划展示之外呢，当你在做这个计划展示的过程当中，你自己就可以用你自己自身的故事来跟他分享，作为你自己加入这个事业，你自己在经营网络中心，你如何从网络中心这个主修里面，甚至于可以再赚到其他的额外的收入，除了原本我们的MPCP 我们的业绩红利奖金之外呢，你又可以再从产品上面赚取其他的零售收入。所以在这个时候呢，你就可以把网络中心这个主题带进来，然后以你自己的自身的经验去做一个故事的分享。OK。
And there is a key question that can help you really create more curiosity and success in this part of the business. And that would be when you start talking about creating customers through the unfranchised business. And you can ask those questions. Who do you know? Who do you know that owns a business? Who do you know that has a website? Almost like you're building that candidate list. Who do you know that owns a restaurant? Who do you know that does any salon services? Who do you know that is a massage therapist? Who do you know that has their own boutique or retail store? So while you're presenting the business, now you're getting them to think of themselves and who their contacts could be. And now it makes it so that this business becomes real to them.
好，那接下来呢，当你在跟他讨论这些所有的事情之后呢，其实 Jason 这边给大家一个很好的建议，就是在分享的这个过程当中，你也可以跟他提到说，哎，其实如果你要做网络中心的话，你如果对网络中心有兴趣，当然第一个我们要有名单，那你可以去想一想，你有没有认识谁开餐厅，你有没有认识谁开什么公司的，或是你有没有认识谁有网站的。好，从这些关键问题当中呢，其实就可以让他自己去思考，其实他可能也是有这个能力可以做网络中心的。为什么？因为他可能现在就有名单了，他可能现在就有人会想要做网站，或者他现在就有人脉，有对象是对于网站是有兴趣的。好，所以从这几个关键的问题当中呢，激发他去思考，哎，他自己有可能的潜在名单有哪一些 ？OK。
And the same thing when you get to step 4, activate. You can ask, who do you know that is looking for a business? Who do you know that is well connected? Who do you know that is already an industry professional, a graphic designer, a web developer? So when they start thinking of their professional contacts, they can see that network building out before they ever really have to make a decision if this is for them or not. You're planting seeds to let them know that this is a reality for them.
好，那接下来我们要怎么样让他的这个他现在所想象的事情会更具体呢？也就是说，接下来你可以问他说，哎，其实如果说你你对这个主修有兴趣的话，其实你也可以去想一想，你有没有认识有一些人，他可能是做网站的，或者他是网页设计师，或是他可能对这个区块是比较有专业的专业知识的人，那你也可以去想想看说，这些人有没有可能有兴趣来了解这个事业。其实从这个慢慢的铺陈跟聊天的过程当中，你就已经在他脑海里面慢慢的种下一些想法，然后让他可以去想象，哎，其实他是有人脉的。你看他慢慢的延伸出去，从可能他有哪些潜在的客户名单，到他有可能未来也可以招募的一个对象，慢慢的把它建构出来之后，这件事情就会变得更具体，对他来说就更有一个想象的一个。也不能讲想象，就是一个具体的目标，让他可以看到说，其实他也是有机会在这个事业上是可以获得成功的。OK。
At this point, we've been hearing a lot about the trial run and following up in the ABC pattern. So how we do that as we conclude showing the plan is to let them know there is no decision to make right now. What I would like to do is have you try it out. Let me show you how this works, and then schedule a time to get together with them. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the internship program.
好，那其实刚刚讲了这么多的过程当中，大家有没有发现，我们已经掺杂了几个技巧在里面？第一个就是试做，好，然后第二个呢，就是我们有告诉他说，哎，其实你可能是可以透过这样的方式来进一步了解的所有的这个潜在的可能性，甚至我们也把 ABC 都带进 ABC 的这样的一个模式都带进来了。那到这个节骨眼呢，其实你也不用逼他做决定，你就告诉他说，其实你现在也不用做任何决定，我可以示范给你看。可以怎么做？那你看完我的示范之后，你如果真的觉得有兴趣的话，我可以另外再跟你约个时间，告诉你怎么样进入我们的实习生计划。OK。
So you can let them know in that follow-up appointment that we have this internship program. And you want to remember those names that they may have provided when you spoke with them, showing the plan. You say, remember how you said that you knew a salon owner, or you knew a massage therapist, or another business owner? What would prevent you from us having a conversation with them to talk about their digital marketing? And the idea is to try and help them schedule appointments with you to learn how the Web Center program works without ever having to become a Web Center owner before they get started. You're going to use the internship program through the Web Center to help schedule any appointments with our product specialists.
好，所以我们刚刚前面讲了，在这个计划展示的最后呢，其实我们就是要慢慢去带入到试做的话题，然后引发他的兴趣，甚至让他有兴趣的进一步的去了解，哎，你们到底是怎么运作的？好，那我们刚刚也告诉他了，哎，你也不用急，反正呢，下一次跟你见面的时候呢，我再详细跟你介绍一下我们的这个所谓的实习生计划。所以呢，其实到这边你会发现，我们不要一次把所有事情讲完，我们留着下一个话题，在下一次见面的时候跟他讲。所以你就可以告诉他说，哎，其实下一次啊，我们再约个时间碰面，然后我告诉你我们的实习生计划要怎么进行。你记不记得你刚刚有跟我讲说，哎，你有认识开那个发廊的老板，或者你有开餐厅的老板？那你有没有想过，其实这一些开店的老板们，他们有没有去思考过他们的自己的数位行销的方式？尤其像虽然说现在台湾的疫情有稍微比较缓解了，但是这个疫情的状况，我想还是会持续下去一阵子。所以即使是在之后，他有没有去想过说，针对这样疫情的情况，他该怎么样去做应变，甚至做未来的一个防范？你有没有想过去跟他们聊过这些事情？好，如果你有兴趣的话，在下一次的实习生计划的这个活动里面呢，我会再告诉你怎么样去告诉他们，怎么样的去跟他们做这些接触跟联络。然后呢，你可以透过这些接触跟联络呢，我们就有机会可以来跟他约一个会谈。Okay.
So for those that may be familiar and those that are not, the internship program is something that you set up in your web center where these individuals will have access to log into your web center and be able to set appointments with the sales specialists. The one thing I would encourage you with your interns is to make sure that they get plugged into any training. Any trainings through the GMTSS for web centers, or any of our trainings that are online, or even our contests like this one, is going to help them, because the more that they can get trained and educated, the more likely they are to be successful.
好，那实习生计划可能线上的有一些伙伴，也许你有听过，也没有听过。那我们这边简单的说一下，实习生计划基本上它是提供给非超连锁店主身份的这个伙伴呢，如果说他有兴趣去了解我们网络中心这个项目的话，他可以透过实习生计划呢来做一个试做。好，怎么做呢？实习生计划里面呢，实习生自己会有个账号，他可以进到你的网络中心的后台去预约销售会谈，但是目前它就只有这个功能，它看不到你所有其他资料，所以这里不用担心。好，那实习生计划其实就是让这一些有兴趣的人呢，他可以透过实际上实做的方式去了解我们的系统是怎么运作的，然后我们的超连锁事业又是怎么运作的。那他经过这一些试做之后呢，他自己就可以去评估，甚至于去进一步的了解，他自己是不是真的适合做这门生意，或是你也可以透过这个方式去评估他适不适合成为你的伙伴。OK。
So your role is not to be their employer and to pay them. Your job is to be their mentor and their coach, and to help them to duplicate the web center and the unfranchised business system.
好，所以你的角色呢，在这个时候呢，并不是把他当做你的员工，或是你变成他的员工去帮他做所有的事情，而是教导他怎么样去进入到我们的系统里面去学习，怎么样成为一个超连锁店主，甚至于呢，怎么样跟你一起去合作做这件事情。好，所以这个时间点上面，你其实是比较像一个导师啊，你比较像一个导师，所以你要必须去教导他怎么样去了解我们的课程。那刚刚有一段我没翻到，就是 Jason 在上一段有讲到，其实在带领实习生的过程当中，如果可以的话，尽可能邀请他参加我们所有的 GMTSS 的课程，甚至于包含像我们现在在进行的这种竞赛的课程。为什么？你带他在了解我们这些课程跟做这些活动的时候，他会更清楚的知道说我们是怎么样在做这些事情的，然后他可以更清楚的去了解整个公司的教育系统是怎么样运作的。这个对于他未来如果真的要进入到这个事业来讲，会有一个比较快速跟加速的一个方式。好 ，OK。
So as a web center owner, you can have up to 4 interns at any time, and each intern lasts 90 days.
好，那身为我们的网络中心的经营者伙伴呢，各位你们可以在同一个时段之内呢，同时有4位的实习生。那每一个实习生他的适用的实习的时间呢，是以90天为主。
And you can actually turn off the internship if you find that someone's not performing or they're no longer interested. You can cancel their internship so that you're able to bring on another intern.
好，那在这个90天的过程当中，你随时可以终止跟这个实习生的合作。为什么？你可能会发现，他可能表现的不是那么好，或是他根本对这件事情一点兴趣都没有，那么你也就不用浪费时间在他身上，你可以把他的账号关掉。那如果还有其他有可能的人选呢，你也可以把他加进来。OK。
So your goal is to help them sell a website and digital marketing products, and take that retail profit as a way that they can then use that to then start their own web center business as an unfranchised owner.
好，那你的工作呢，就是要协助他们卖出网站或数位行销产品，然后把卖出产品的这些利润呢，拿来当做他的事业起步，也就是我们一直在讲，就是说他可以购买一个信任快速启动组合，来作为他这个事业启动的一个开头。OK。
And you can use any of that retail profit to pay them in addition for trainings or convention tickets. I know we've got the conventions coming up. So the retail profit is actually paid to you as the unfranchised owner. So then it's your responsibility to then pay your intern whatever amount that you have decided with them when they sell that website, how much that they would earn. And it's more than fair for you to keep some of that revenue, but also to use some of that revenue towards their training and their startup expenses. And that's up to you to determine what you're going to do.
好，那因为当这个网站卖出去的时候呢，其实零售利润是会播放到各位的 就是各位的账户里面去，那你就必须要来决定这一笔零售利润怎么来帮他做运用，可能是帮助他购买我们的所谓的新人快速启动组合，或甚至于呢让他去购买这个我们的大会的门票，或是其他训练的门票，帮助他能够更了解我们整个系统运作的方式。所以这一些呢都是我们可以来做决定，怎么样去帮他运用这一笔资金来帮他做教育训练的。那当然可能对于你自己来说，你也有一些必要的支出必须要扣除，比方说你自己要缴的税金啦，或是其他部分。那扣除这些你自己必须要缴交的部分呢，我们就应该来好好想一想，怎么样帮助他们利用这一笔资金来做一个很好的起步。OK。
So it is a perfect trial run for someone who's evaluating the business to set them up as an intern, give them the training and the tools and the support, help them present digital marketing and website presentations with the product specialist, help them see some success, help them launch themselves as a UFO, and then duplicate that process and help them activate their business to start earning commissions.
好，所以整个流程来讲，当然就是说，透过这样一个试做的方式呢，你可以把这个潜在的对象呢，先以实习生的计划方式让他来了解我们整个系统的运作，然后呢，给他训练，教导他怎么样去加入我们的 GMTSS， 参加各式各样的训练，去了解我们公司的运作模式。那你也要帮助他透过网络中心来销售网站，赚取这个零售利润，帮助他可以在利用这笔资金重复的投入他的这个事业里面，或甚至于去购买我们的新人快速启动组合，然后成为一个真正合格的超连锁店主，然后再从我们这样子一个方式里面呢，去复制在他身上，让他也可以同样的方式去复制他自己的这个未来想要招募的对象或是他的团队。OK。
For your professional contacts, those that might be graphic designers, web developers, maybe they're SEO specialists or social media, they might have a background in digital marketing. You can follow the same program, and the one thing that most people don't realize is that we talk to these professionals about the technology, but they are already well skilled and versed. They can conduct this. They can build websites. They can design websites. The biggest benefit that they have with the Web Center program is they get to leverage our teams of professionals, which allows them to actually take care of more clients without taking on more work. So the conversation with the professional might be slightly different because we're not really focused on the product as much as it is the time that we can help them save.
好，那可能大家都会有个经验，就是说你的招募对象他其实是一个专业人士。所谓的专业人士，就是说他对于网站是非常了解的，他可能是网页工程师，或者是网页的设计师，甚至于他是专业的这个所谓的 SEO 的行销人员等等的哦。那面对这些专业人士呢，我们的对谈跟我们的角度就要有点不太一样，因为这些人呢，他们已经有非常专业的知识，他甚至有能力可以自己去做一个网站是没有问题的。那你怎么样利用网络中心的这个角度来跟这些人对谈呢？首先，你的这个角度就要先做一个调整。怎么调整呢？你要让他知道，过去他可能是自己一个人在做这些所有的事情，但是现在呢，他可以有一个团队来帮他做这些事情。也就是说，他可以卖更多的客人哦。他以前以他的能力，他可能只能卖1-2个客人，可是现在因为有个团队在帮他，所以他可能可以从1-2个客人卖到3-4个客人、4-5个客人，也就是我们可以帮他照顾更多的这个客人，让他去增加他现在的一个收入。好，所以其实针对这样子的一个专业人士的话呢，我们要转换一些角度跟方式去跟他们做这样子的沟通，而不是说去跟他们讨论我们的产品、我们的技术是怎么样，是要让他知道，其实我们的这个团队跟我们这个产品可以为他现在所有的他现在身上的这一些技术呢，再给他加分，然后让他有机会可以再去卖更多的产品给他的其他的潜在的顾客。OK。
So it's just a process of meeting people, having conversations, identifying their needs, having them evaluate the business, and then taking them through that trial run. And every person is different, but the structure or the system is pretty much the same for all of these contacts.
好，所以其实整个过程其实就是在于去跟人聊天，然后去了解他们的需求，然后从他们的需求里面呢，去把这样子的一个试做的概念，或是让他来激发他一些就是他自己的需求，我们讲激发他的需求这样一个概念呢，让他可以有机会来评估我们的事业，甚至于呢能够来评估网络中心的这一个主修。所以这整个过程当中，它就是一个流程。那我觉得今天 Jason 用了一个非常简单的方式，把这整个流程从头到尾非常顺畅的演示给我们一次，所以你现在大家都可以知道说，其实你在这中间的过程当中，你怎么样去转折，然后你怎么样的去把这个话题带到一个关键点上面，让他们可以去思考说，哎，其实这件事情可能真的是他们需要的，就算他们不需要，可能他们认识的朋友也是需要这件事情的。OK。
Alice, what I'd like to do now is actually invite people to ask their questions, right? Where their challenges are. We'll take a couple questions and go through those. I don't know, I just stopped my screen, but I hope, can you still see my video?
Yes, I can see your camera. I can see your camera. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now I enable the microphone to everyone, so I think they can unmute themselves and talk to you, so save them time for typing. 好，那各位伙伴，我只剩下15分钟时间，我8点半要去开会，所以接下来 Jason 希望大家有什么问题尽量提出。那我刚刚已经把他的麦克风都打开了，如果你有什么问题问 Jason 的话，请你打开你的麦克风直接发问，那我会帮你做翻译，好吗？Hey Jason, I just say I only have 15 minutes left, so
Yes.
I have to hurry up.
It is just a couple questions.
Yeah. 好，有没有要问 Jason 问题的？